What's good, producers? It's Curtis King of CurtisKingBeats.com here with another Producer Motivation 911. Today we're going to be discussing, look, you guys asked me to discuss it, and I will discuss it. I'll give you my viewpoint of the type rapper beats and this whole controversy surrounding everything in our industry right now. Producers, let me stretch out. Let me stretch out real quick. Let me go ahead and give you the right energy, give you the right perspective on this whole situation, because I don't know if it's because of the news of the new president. I don't know if it's because of the time of the year. I don't know what it is, but it's been so much just beef and bad energy all over the internet, all over the Twitter sphere. And I saw something last week that I'm not naming no names because I don't believe in doing that. I'm not the type of man to be like, this man is wrong, especially people I don't know. The person that I do know is Ninth Wonder, and he made a comment which is really what kind of got this thing started. And we're going to talk about that comment, but we're going to talk about something that's a bigger issue than just what Ninth said, because there's a few ways to look at it, but I just don't understand why people are so concerned about that. Now, before you understand or try to think you understand my stance, let's go ahead and start with what he said. What he said was, note to producers, don't be a type beat style producer. Now, initially, when you look at that, most producers look at that and be like, what you mean type style? You trying to say don't make beats that are like Lil Uzi Vert type beat or Jay-Z type beat? Is that what you trying to tell me to do? You trying to tell me how to run my business? That can be one way to look at it. The fact that he added the word style, to me also says that he's saying it's not about not making beats that you imagine artists on, but it's also about making beats that don't just sound like Metro Boomin type beats so that you can be in the lane of having Future type beats. That's the way I had to see it. But regardless of what he meant, the conflict and all the stuff I see going left and right, even like I see my brother Busyworks kind of getting attacked out there. It's the kind of stuff that kind of gives you a migraine, because it's a lot of misunderstanding out here, a lot of miscommunication, and a lot of stuff I'm seeing coming from a direction I don't know what's going on. Ain't none of my damn business. What is my business is my business. And I'll tell you, when I started making music in the very beginning, when I started working on beats, when I started having a vision of what success would look like for me, in a lot of ways it was like how the Ninth Wonders are, the Timbalands, and how the producers I look up to, the NERDs, that's what I thought success meant. I thought that was the only definition of success. But over the years, obviously the leasing business has changed and is given another avenue for people who choose to do music as a living. If you choose to be a producer for a living, there are other avenues now. And that is a blessing. Now, that is a blessing that has been in the formation for the last 10 to 15 years. And there's folks out there who have been leading the way. And it's crazy because you don't really see them jump too much in that controversy. One part of me thinks it's because they're making so much damn money that they don't have a concern with that. And I think what happens, and it really happens in hip hop, and it breaks my heart every time I see it, is that it's almost like somebody knows an issue is going to start some kind of issues. And I'm not putting this on Ninth, I'm just saying in general. It's almost like a higher power just throws an issue out there, and everybody just jumps on it like dogs who are ravaging at this beef. Everybody's going back and forth. And I'm looking up and I'm like, ain't none of you motherfuckers millionaires. What are we talking about right now? What are we really talking about? And if it is one of you that's a millionaire, ain't enough of us out here that are millionaires. Excuse my language. Usually I'm pretty cool about it, but to me, there's way too much work for us to have to do. There's way too much of a legacy for us to leave for us. If we are doing this for our families, if we are doing this for the respect of what we are doing, why the fuck do we care about somebody else and what they're saying? All due respect to Ninth, but Ninth is in a different industry than we are in. And this is the problem with most producers, and a lot of times some rappers too. We have ideas of what we think success is, and we zero in on success. And what happens is, as we zero in on what success is, we get other influences that kind of move that particular tunnel that used to be narrow. Now we're starting to move them out. Now it's like, damn, I do want to win a Grammy. Damn, I do want to work with so-and-so. Yeah, damn, I do. And then we start getting distracted by what's our initial goal. My initial goal was to make a living at this. My initial goal was to make enough money so I could put my mama in the mansion and I could live comfortably and have financial freedom. And then somebody broke it down and almost broke my world, and it was in a good way, because they said, if you wanted that, you chose the wrong profession. You could have did that with anything a lot faster. You could have did that being a doctor. But that's not what you're passionate about. What I'm passionate about is music. What I'm not passionate about is attacking my peers. They ain't got shit to do with me when it come down to my bills. When rent gotta be paid, ain't none of these motherfuckers up here got to pay my bills. You understand what I'm saying? So we can sit up here and bicker and fight over these different things, but I look around and I'm like, there ain't enough millionaires in this. There's not enough billionaires, not to make it all about money, but there's not enough success here yet to be talking that shit. In all actuality, we should be doing everything we can to build our business up. We should be doing everything we can to be building the community up, building the spirits of everybody else up. This is what we should be focused on. Because I think there may be producers out there who get in these controversies, all this shit. They get into this and they don't realize how special of a time period we live in right fucking now. 2016. They don't understand how special it is of what we have right now. And I'm getting real passionate about it because I see it. I see it. I haven't been a leasing producer all my life. But I do know that I looked at these other people and I looked up to them and I said, damn, if I don't get placements, then I won't be successful. And then I got an opportunity. Thanks to Awesome Beats, I got an opportunity. He taught me the leasing business and I saw it in a whole nother light. To me, the fame after that didn't mean shit. The things people bicker over, like, are we really talking about tight producer beats? And are we really listening to somebody who's not in this business? That man has a success. That man has a success pursuing pursuing placements. He has a success. Let him have that. That's his. But for you to entertain or for you to listen to somebody who's not in the leasing business, it says a lot about your focus. We all have been there. And yes, that is an influential figure, but he does not know about this industry. There is no Ninth Wonder SoundClick page out there. And I don't say that as a diss, but you have to understand we are in a different playing field. If you so choose. See, the problem I had a few years ago was that I had 1 foot in terms of wanting to have my own business and 1 foot out in terms of maybe I can get a placement. And what happened was I spread myself so thinly, I didn't get either one of them. But guess what? I decided, fuck that shit. I'm going straight for this leasing. And would you know that I made more money in 1 year than I made in 10 years? 10 years pursuing placements in 1 year. And that's not to say that it was a whole lot of money. That's to say I didn't make a whole lot of money getting placements. But me having that perspective, me seeing the opportunity that is this business, I looked at this and I said, yo, this is something worth pursuing all the way. And so when I pursued leasing all the way, guess what happened? I look back, all of a sudden placements start coming. All of a sudden I get a call from the homie Murs and he's telling me, yo, E40's on one of the beats that I picked from you. Word. That's crazy because I remember sending E40 like damn near 30 beats, hoping that he would even just open the email up. And it didn't happen that way. So my overall point is that it's not about tight producer beats. Please, let's get off of this damn subject. And please, let's be on the lookout for when this kind of shit just pops up. Because you notice that these kind of subjects pop up out of nowhere. When they pop up, everybody has an opinion. Everybody gets angry. And it's almost like politics. Everybody gets mad. And then it's like, for what? Where did that energy go? Where did that energy go? You have to really look at the source of the information. Look at what they're actually saying. Because what the arguments were about and what the actual thing tonight was, it's not the same thing. All I'm saying is that I deliver you this information with love. I deliver you this information hoping to get you truth. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. Do I sell things? Absolutely. But I'd rather you have the opportunity to purchase these things. I don't need you to stroke my ego. I don't need you to tell me that I'm whatever. But I do need to make sure that you have access to the information that nobody wanted to give me. There are people in ninth position, and I'm not talking about ninth, but people in ninth position that wouldn't give me the time of day. They didn't give a fuck that I produced. And that's fine. I'm not mad at them. If anything, I'm more thankful. And I put the prayer hands up. That means I'm genuinely thankful. I'm thankful that they did not give me a handout. Because everything that I earned, I am now proud of. The home that I'm staying in, the dog in the freaking backyard, the car that I have out there after dealing with repossessions and evictions. I'm proud of where things are at. And that would not have happened if every one of them folks up there would have said yes. So now we're looking at the situation like, if you can stay the course and not get involved in all this madness, we have the potential of having multi-millionaires in our industry. You got to look at that. Go to the MyFlash store and you're seeing how much money producers have made through the website. It's only 15 million total in that. It's not a whole lot of money like that. We're not talking about millions of dollars. But what there is there's opportunity. And if you can stay the course, if you cannot be distracted by these energies that are really just low energy situation. If you cannot be distracted by that, you have the opportunity to do something monumental in an industry that people they don't even respect us. You look in the tech world, you go to other, they don't respect it. We think what we do is just child's play. I respect you. I look at you as producer noise, and I treat you as such. I talk to you as such that way. So, excuse the language, but this came from a real place today. And I love y'all too much to lie to you about any of this information. I got respect for any producer out there trying to market your beat. You're just trying to get yourself out of obscurity. How the hell can I tell you what's the wrong way and the good? I don't have that for you. But what I can tell you is that you got to find the things that work, but be focused on finding the things that actually win for you. These are my thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts below in the comments. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe. Once again, this has been the Producer Motivation, Curtis King of CurtisKingBeats.com.